Hey guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite hikes from 2022. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon channel. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and just general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you enjoy content like that, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified every time I make a new video. And as always, if you want more content from me, you can support me over on Patreon, where for as little as just $1, you get 2 extra videos a month. For the past few years, I've made one of these videos, and I always love looking back at my adventures and seeing which ones were my favorite from the year, and then sharing them with you. Not all of these hikes are in Oregon. I do hike in California quite a bit as well, because I really love California, and it is relatively close by. So keep that in mind. Don't get mad at me just because my channel is called Hike Oregon. Doesn't mean that I only hike or share things from Oregon. So let's get started with the video.
Hop Valley to the Verkin Trail is a 15-mile point-to-point hike located in Zion National Park. I went on this overnight trip with the Outdoor Vitals team, and it was so neat to get to see Zion and be in Utah for the first time ever. We saw lots of fall colors, a huge arch, a river, and it even snowed on us. It was really quite the adventure. Craig Lake was in my 2021 favorite hikes video, and in 2022 we decided to go back there on snowshoes via Sno-Park, which is located near Sisters. The mileage can vary because it's a pick-your-own-route kind of adventure. Craig Lake was stunning, all frozen over, and the views of the Central Oregon Cascade Mountains on this Bluebird day were absolutely insane. Bachelor Mountain via Bugaboo Ridge is a 7.3-mile round-trip hike located near Detroit and Marion Forks. The trail takes you through a stunning forest and through an abundance of wildflower fields that bloom in rainbow colors in July. At the top of Bachelor Mountain, you can see the huge Lion's Head and Beachy Creek wildfire burn scars, and you get an epic view of Mount Jefferson. Mount Washington is a 10-plus mile hike located near Sisters. A lot of the hike is actually along the Pacific Crest Trail until you turn off onto the Climbers Trail. The Climbers Trail was pretty easy up to a certain point where the rocks become much more loose and the terrain gets very steep. You can continue to the summit, but most people who do that have ropes. We did not summit, but instead enjoyed the incredible views from the saddle. Mount Eddy Summit via Deadfall Lakes is an 8.1-mile round-trip hike located near Etna, California. We went in June, and the snow had recently melted and the wildflowers were popping out. The views from the summit of Mount Eddy were incredible, and Mount Shasta looks close enough to touch. Eagle Creek Trail to Twister Falls is a 13-mile round-trip hike located near Hood River. When I went in June, there were tons of wildflowers lining the trail. Everything was lush and green, and the waterfalls were flowing strong. There are many named and unnamed waterfalls along this trail, making this an incredibly scenic adventure. The Jim White Ridge Trail was quite the adventure of unmaintained trail and a lot of navigating, but this 40-mile backpacking trip became one of my favorite hikes in 2022 when we hiked along the Minam River and then up to Standley Cabin. I saw one of the most beautiful sunsets of the year here while sitting among a field of wildflowers and looking out over the Minam River Valley and snow-covered Wallowa Mountains. My 58-mile Pacific Crest Trail section hike was my third favorite hike of the year, simply because of the incredible beauty of the trail and because I hiked most of it solo, and it was a life-changing experience. The mountain views, the sunsets, and lakes I saw during this trip were all amazingly gorgeous, and I highly recommend this section to anyone who wants to do part of the Pacific Crest Trail here in Oregon. My second favorite hike of 2022 was the 54.4-mile Minam Loop in the Wallowa Mountains. This loop was secluded, and we only saw one other person along the way, and then just 2 other campers at the end at Blue Lake. The remoteness, epic landscape, and gorgeous alpine lakes, and the company of Tanya, my amazing friend and hiking partner for most of the summer, all made this hike really special to me. My number one hike of 2022 was definitely the 51.4-mile Benson Lake Loop located in the Eastern Sierra in California. Whenever I hike in the Sierra, I always marvel at the incredible beauty and how small the huge landscape makes me feel. We swam in alpine lakes, hiked on the PCT for a ways, saw tons of wildflowers, and hiked over many passes. This loop was one of those life-changing experiences that I will always look back at with the fondest of memories. I love the Sierras so much. My heart aches for these mountains all the time, and I can't wait to hike here again soon.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about any of the hikes that I mentioned, please comment below. I do make 4 videos a month here on this channel, as well as 2 over on Patreon. So that's 6 videos a month. So I always appreciate your guys' video suggestions. I've filmed over 350 videos over the years, so ideas don't just pop in my head anymore. So I really appreciate if you want to see something specific from me, whether it be a review of a specific gear item or a specific trail video, please comment below and I would love to put that on my video list. If you haven't already, go check me out over on Instagram. That's where I post pictures from my recent hiking and backpacking adventures. And if you want to backpack here in this amazing state of Oregon, check out my website hikeoregon.net and you'll find tons of information there. Happy New Year! Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next adventure.